It all started on that very hot Sunday afternoon. I was heading back from the church when a bike stopped by my side. It was my ex-husband. He snatched my baby from me. I searched everywhere but couldn't find him, so I went to the police. He was fished out almost immediately. They invited us for our statement. To cut the long story short, the woman ASP there concluded that it was a spiritual matter, that what happened to my young marriage was a spiritual matter, and I needed to seek spiritual help as my husband was still in love with me, that she saw it in his eyes and speech. And then TB Joshua Church, they reigned that time for worry. In fact, if 10 Argo ferry buses load to Lagos State, 9 they go TB Joshua Church. Hold on, please don't be in a haste to skip this video. Yes, I know that you might be confused or lost in introduction, because you'll be like, riding on the bike, the next thing a man appeared, and the next thing he snatched my baby. I'm going to tell you the full story, but first, this is what happened. Ever since the death of late TB Joshua, a lot of people has come out to tell their story. People are sharing their encounter with the prophet, and some are sharing their encounter with the church, not the prophet. A lot of people have come out to say that he is fake. Some are saying that he is scam, while others are insisting that he is a real prophet, man of God, and some are just sticking on his philanthropic life. But this particular lady has come out to share her personal experience. She said she encountered this herself. Now that you have listened to the introduction, fasten your seatbelt and get ready to enjoy the whole full tale story of her encounter with Prophet Temitope Balogun Joshua. And the woman continued to tell her tales in tears, and she said, so the woman advised me to visit there and that the solution will come. Her son lives in a street right opposite the church. I had some money on me, so the next morning I left for Lagos with my 1-year-old daughter. We got to Synagogue on Wednesday. On Thursday, we were arranged in a prayer line according to the problem that brought you. We were schooled on how to pray and other stuff. On Sunday morning, 2 a.m., I had gotten ready for the service. The woman I was staying with collected my daughter from me, so it was just me. I came out to meet a very long line. Thousands of people were already on ground waiting. At 7 a.m. they started selling one book like that, saying that if you don't have that book, that you won't be allowed to go into the church. One book like that has a picture of steps on it. I bought and off we went. I got a good place to sit. 8 a.m. service started. Then it was prophecy time. Wise men were giving their own prophecies, but the person that gave me my own prophecy was late TB Joshua himself. So I was taken to a corner. The disciples wrote down my prophecy with a tag on it, MOG, to indicate that it was the name of man of God that gave me the prophecy. He said something about my marriage, that I was thrown out without anything, that it was an evil conspiracy and that I was innocent and he would want to come in and help, and that he wants to see my husband and me, that I should see him after the service. Narrating her experience and her encounter at the Synagogue Church of Nation, she said, if you see me that day, over happiness won't kill me. People were calling me from worry, congratulating me, saying that I have a big God though. I was too happy. And she said, I felt very lucky. Fast forward to after the service. It was prophecy confirmation time. The lady disciple that wrote down my prophecy approached me and asked me what was the prophecy that was given to me. I told her. She then asked me if what the prophet said was true. I said yes. She asked how that has affected my life. I told her. She said no, that what I said now is not what I should say, that if I say it the way I say it, that the man of God will not be moved to see me. Sorry, my apologies. I need to interrupt this story at this particular moment to remind you quickly that my only obligation and assignment of my beautiful and entertaining channel is to bring to you celebrity news updates using sliding photos and video clip content of Prophet Temitope Balogun Joshua, simply for information, values, and absolutely entertainment purposes. Now, what I have understood in this story is that after her personal encounter with Prophet Temitope Balogun Joshua, that she never saw this man again. Rather, They started using her. It has to do with her encounter continues with the workers of prophet. Do I call them the wise men, the disciples or workers? I don't know, but they never allowed her again to see Prophet TB Joshua face to face, or rather one-on-one. Rather, they kept using her, and they kept using her for fake miracles, or rather doing adverts for people to come more. Okay, let's continue with the story. She continues with the narration of her story, and she said that the female disciple now told her the derogatory things that she should say about herself, that way that the man of God will rush to save her said damaged life. I said, okay, I will say this, but I don't want to say it on camera. But the house where I am squatting at Warri is the house of a deaconess at the Assemblies of God Church, and they don't like anything about TB Joshua's church, and if they should see me, I will lose the roof over my head. She assured me that it is off camera, and that as soon as I leave here, that I won't be needing to live with anyone again, that I will be moving right back into my home. Now so we start to, I condemned myself, told them that if not for the man of God that saved me, I for don't kill myself. And they said, well done. After I finished, and I was congratulated for a job well done, I was handed an envelope with 2,500 naira inside, that it was a gift from the man of God with an entry card for the next day's appointment. Immediately I stepped out of the church and I switched on my phone because I had it off because of the too many calls. Calls started coming in. They said they saw my confirmation of prophecy and was asking if the man of God has called my husband, if he was on his way to Lagos State already, cause my confirmation proved all that. I was stunned. I felt bad that they lied, but had to be strong because I believed they would help me. My own was anything will happen, make it happen. So far they go settle my home and I won't be needing to squat anymore. She continued telling her tales, and she said, the next day I came and we were arranged in a coastal bus and off we go to the prayer mountain, a place with a swampy river and a rickety woody bridge, monkeys everywhere. Then we got an island and so we start prayer. We prayed till in the evening. We were arranged back in the bus and we came back to the church. Again, they handed back the envelope and did another recording with me wearing a different clothes and being told what to say. This thing continued for good 2 weeks. Man of God, I know see. People were beginning to see me as a liar because the thing they have been watching clearly showed that all my problems has been solved, and yet me no see help. The people I was putting up with self don't tire because now one room them they stay. The woman of the house is handicapped, as in she had polio, so taking care of my child and her own daughter was hard for her. So that very afternoon I promised myself that I would tell them my exact predicament at the moment and see if they would help me, because it was very clear that they were using me. I don't know what to say again. Me personally, I've never been to that church and I have never had encounter with anybody. But once like this, I used to watch it on my TV. Probably most Sundays, if I did not go to church, I might tune in the channel to listen one or two things or watch one or two things. And trust me, I refuse to judge and I refuse to emphasize my observation. But I can only tell you this. Is this the first ever video you are watching on my channel? Just come across my channel because you're trying to know when they will bury or the funeral of late TB Joshua, or you just want to know what's happening since ever the death of TB Joshua. Please kindly promote and publicize my channel by simply clicking on the red icon down below to subscribe to my channel. Do not fail to turn on the notification bell to notify you when I will go live during the burial of Prophet Balogun Joshua. And here the concluding story. The narration of her experience, or rather her encounter with the Synagogue Church of All Nations, continues, and she said, now so I go that very day. I told them all I was going through. One spoke in Yoruba that they don't have need for me again. Then the female disciple turned to me and said, Madam, the things you said couldn't attract the prophet, so you can leave. I said no, but he is the one that said that he wants to see me and my husband and want to help me. The next thing I saw were security men. I was thrown out. shout. I didn't scream, nor did I yell. I came back to Delta State broke and worse than when I left. I came back to Delta State and met my load outside. We lost our home too. Thank God for that Uromi man that saw me crying on the street and took me to the house of the woman I started working for, and she gave me an accommodation too. TB Joshua Church did not help me. Rather, they used me to increase their fake miracles and attracted some foreign investors. I was used. May God punish me, as the woman is saying, may God punish her, not me that God will punish her. If anything she said here is lies, this is the truth. My encounter, not a story made up. It happened to me. I mean, she happened to her, the woman from Warrior, not me. I know it happened to so many people, but sentiments and the fear of being dragged won't let them speak. A lot of people died and suffered, and when you ask them, they will tell you that the disciples stopped them from seeing the man of God, and if they had seen the man of God, that their problem would have been solved. But the truth is that the church had nothing to offer. They are just into business. And as for the giveaways, I saw them more like hush puppy doing giveaways. It doesn't make things right. This was my experience. I interpret. Even the car that is running fast is even tired. What do I say? It is not my experience. And me, I have never had any personal experience or personal encounter with the Synagogue Church of Nations. But I have had people tell tales about their experience. And this is this particular woman's experience. And you see, she is crying. So me, I don't know what else to say. But you that is watching this particular video, what do you think? Is these things all true? Or are they just trying to say these things to tarnish the image of not just the Synagogue Church of Nations, but also the image of late Prophet Favour Joshua? Because I kept on saying this. Why didn't all these people come out to share their experience when this man is alive? Why they didn't say it, tag them with their full chest, so that the man or anybody will counter and tell the story of what happened? At least if you're making reference of it, you make reference of when the video was shown. At least if you can detect the date you attended, the date of everything, it's easier for them to trace the video that they show, and they can come in their defense of what happened. You can't keep all the secrets until you hear that the man is late. Then you come out and start sharing every tales, every experience, just to conclude that he is scam or that he is fake. Remember, I never said anything. I don't know what to say because I have never had any personal experience or personal encounter, and this is all it is on my today's update concerning Prophet Favour Joshua. What do you think about this story shared by this woman on her social media platform? Share your comments or share your thoughts, or if you have your own experience, I am waiting in the comment section to approve your comments. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to turn on the notification bell. Remember, I said I'm going live on the day of his burial, and the wife has said that it's going to come soon and soonest. Thank you for watching. Love and light from my end. Copy and paste this video link on all your entire social media platform, and bye-bye. Remember, turn on the notification bell, and finally, subscribe.